Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new edition of Panthers Corner, brought to you by Below the Whistle Sports. I am Wayne Holloway, and I'm your host, and I'm here to introduce you to someone that I've known for a little while now, and he is the moderator and the man behind the Roaring Riot. His name is Derek Oriee. How you doing, sir?
What's up, Panther Nation? What's up? What's up?
Yes, yes. Panther Nation, Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot. You know that's how we call it in. Keep pounding is our mantra. And we started the season off, Derek, uh, like a lot of other teams, a lot of major teams, with a bad taste in our mouth. And mainly because I believe preseason has been overlooked by every organization, and it's mainly to cut the 53 roster, and it's not to get our players hyped and ready to go when it's game time. And I look at the first 2 weeks of the regular season as a preseason because everybody's just getting to the swing of things. And the state of Carolina is in an uproar. Panther fans are, uh, I get on these forums, I talk to these people, Derek, and it's like we're all against each other in there. And I wanted to do this to bring us all together. Everybody's opinion matters. Everybody's opinion matters. My thing is, I just get a little frustrated with fans that get down in the first 5 minutes of a game. That's why, it's hard to get me to come out to go to places because I'm a diehard fan. And I don't like when people that's on my side start talking nonsense in the first 5 minutes when we got a 4-quarter game. But uh, that's just me setting it up a little bit. But first, I want to ask you, where are you from? Where were you born? And how did you become a Panther fan to get this thing started?
All right, so my family roots go back to Carolina,
Yes,
but
sir.
I was born and raised here in Long Beach, California. Grew up LA Rams fan. I bled blue and gold. Pop Warner. I was the Rams all my Pop Warner years.
Right.
My junior high school, we were the Rams. My high school, we were the Rams. So I bled blue and gold. And when they moved to St. Louis, Georgia Fontiana was ever going to make another dime off of me, so I cut the umbilical cord.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's truly amazing. My origin story is kind of the same. Um, I don't like to admit it, but I used to ride with the Raiders. I got a job at the stadium just to be around the players, just to meet all the players, and wasn't really working, but there to watch the games because we got every game free, every home game free. So it's amazing to see how you became a Panther fan, and it's along the lines of the same lines of what I went through with the Raiders and them leaving, going back to Oakland, and then them lying, saying they're going to come back. I felt
Yeah.
I felt disrespected, and that's when I cut the so-called umbilical cord, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
But
but I went through a couple progressions of teams. First, I was like, all right, I was a kind of a closet Denver fan because I liked Elway,
right,
but they were winning then, so I didn't want anyone to call me a front runner.
yes,
So,
yes,
so I was like, oh, maybe I'll go with the Chargers. They're bad. They're 2-hour drive down the freeway, down the 405, down the 5 to go see
yeah.
them play. Then I was like, oh, even worse. Maybe I'll become an Arizona fan.
Hmm.
Then no one could stand it because that's when Arizona was just trash.
Oh man.
Then when they announced the two new teams, I was like, oh man, why should I take on someone else's woes? Got two brand new teams coming in. My dad's from Carolina. I like their color scheme.
Yes,
I
sir.
was like, and they're brand new. No one could say anything. And
Yes,
from
sir.
day one, I went with Carolina.
Hey, I'm not even gonna give you a long story. That's basically the same thing here. I didn't want anybody to say that I was just jumping on a bandwagon because I'm not a bandwagon person. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. And Jacksonville, Carolina was up to bat, and I watched the first two games, and I settled in with Carolina and haven't looked back. Um, I get it. I get it. But what drew you to Jerry Richardson, our first owner, and and how'd you settle in? Just because your family's from Carolina, or when you watched the games, what did it make you feel like? Especially when we had Reggie White on the team,
No, I settled in the second season when we went to the playoffs.
right?
That's when I was all in. I was rooting for him the first season. I was all in the second season. And
Okay.
that was it. There was no change in me at that point.
Yes, yes, yes. So I know you've experienced these ups, these downs,
Yeah.
and now we're here. I want to interview you again to talk you through the Cam Newton experience, what happened there. But right now, our fan base, our brethren, we need a place to talk. We need a place to talk to each other so we can stop all the bickering online, all the back and forth. It's okay
Yeah.
that you feel this way, and it's okay that I feel that way. But let's talk about it so we can be on one accord. So we can bring it all home to the Panther pride, where we all love our team. You know, it's
Yeah.
been rough because everybody hates losing. How have you felt these last 3 years with the Bryce Young experiment?
Kind of like, I've always been my biggest thing with our team. We always felt like we never had a good offensive line.
Right.
Even our 2015 campaign to the Super Bowl,
Yes.
I didn't think we had a good offensive line. Just Cam Newton was athletic enough to work around it,
Yes.
and he carried the team. Then they got exposed by Denver, and that was it.
Yes.
And so going forward, I think Bryce will be okay once he gets some protection.
So this
Yeah.
line that we have now, I feel like it's doable.
It's doable, and they showed it in the second half of the season last year.
Right.
We just didn't have the defense to keep up with anyone.
So
And
this first game pass, are you down on Bryce Young, or do you have
no,
hope for Bryce Young?
no, I still have hope. I think if we could, I mean, now I don't care what anyone says. That was a team loss.
Thank you.
We had drop balls. The defense, wasn't doing their thing. Um,
We look
it was a
out of
team.
sync,
Yes. Bryce made some bad throws, made some bad mistakes,
but he
but it
made
was
some
it
good
was
throws also.
but he did it out of distress.
Right.
Every bad throw he made was out of distress. That's because it was he's getting blasted by the defensive lineman coming at him. I
Yeah.
mean, then Corey balls thrown into the Renfro dropped a few right in his hands.
Right,
Leggett
right
was
on their chest.
yeah.
Bryce
Leggett
Young
was
was dropping some dimes out
yeah
there,
yeah.
and,
Leggett
and,
was
the, and
being
the balls were
Leggett.
being missed.
Yeah, Leggett was being Leggett.
Yeah.
So I think I still it's too early to panic.
I'm glad you brought up Leggett. Leggett seems like he's just hyper and hasn't settled in, but he seems to me like he's going to be a vital part of this offense once he
Yeah.
settles in.
Settled in.
He has the moves. He can get some separation, and he catches the ball. We just need him to be mindful of his feet and mindful of what's going on in the game. He's just all over the place to me. What does it seem like to you about Leggett?
He just softened his hands. He just that was my take coming out of last season when he was just dropping everything. He just softened his hands.
Right.
And once he figures that out,
Yes.
yeah.
Were you upset that they got rid of Adam Thielen?
That one we got Renthro back. I think they could have got either way with either one of those players.
Right.
Um, I didn't want to see him go,
Right.
but I was worried at first, and when they re-signed Renthro, I was like, "Oh, we'll be all right." And I
Yeah.
think, I think, and I think once Renthro, settles in,
Right.
he's been out of the game,
Yes.
and once he settles in, he's gonna be fine.
It looks like he's ready to
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
I like the fact that he had choices. He could have went to 3 other different teams, and he chose Carolina because if our culture in Carolina must be changing. He must like the guys in the locker room, just like Adam Thielen. That's the
yeah,
only reason I was mad that Adam Thielen was let go is because of that mentorship, that veteran presence with especially with us getting that number one wide receiver, and he
yeah,
looks like he's gonna be a phenom. I
yeah,
just wanted that veteran presence to be in there calming those wide receivers down because he's the one that I credit Bryce Young getting his act together at the end of the last season.
yeah.
What would you say to the our fan our Panther brethren out there that are uptight and that are down on Bryce Young? Because whether they like it or not, we are not getting another QB. We've
Yeah.
wasted a lot of picks to get Bryce Young. We know Bryce Young has the skill set. We just need him to settle down and use that skill set. We've seen what he did in college. He is the guy for us. He is an accurate QB. What would you say to the Carolina fan base about calming down and giving Bryce Young a little more rope than what they're doing? They ran out Baker Mayfield, they ran out Sam Darnold, and both of those guys, it
Yeah,
seemed like soon as Sam Darnold settled in, that's when the fan base was like, "Get him out, get him out, get him out," so
yeah.
we can start all over again. I don't think they understand about the starting over is too
It,
much.
it breaks the chemistry.
Yeah.
You got to create chemistry all over again,
Yes.
all over again, and it doesn't come in a game.
Yes, getting that
Yeah,
cohesiveness with the whole team, gelling,
yeah,
knowing your wide receivers, knowing your coaches, knowing what your coaches want, knowing it before they even tell you is a thing that you have to do when you work with somebody. And people were down on Bryce Young because of the mistakes, but they didn't. I don't think a lot of people understood how many coaches and that he had to listen to going back and forth.
yeah, yeah.
Um, what would you like to see our team and our fan base do as we go forward?
Man, if team wise,
Right,
I mean, I give Bryce some protection, and I think our linebackers still need help, and we just lost. I can't think of his name for 2 to 4 weeks.
yeah, yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't think of his name because he's
on
new.
tip of my
Um,
tongue also, but yeah,
yeah, we just lost him. And I mean, we already struggle with the run on D,
right,
and I think that's gonna, yeah, and that's kind of when things went south on us. When he got hurt and taken off the field, it's kind
right.
of when if you look at the game in totality last Sunday, it wasn't that bad. We were with them the first quarter. We stayed
Wasn't
with
at
them
all.
the third and fourth. There was that second quarter that where we fell apart.
Yes,
Otherwise, they really didn't outplay us.
not at all.
They really didn't outplay us.
Question: that interception that Bryce threw, that I believe it was the second quarter,
Yeah,
where the guy ran through our wide receiver and caught the ball. I
yeah,
I Me myself, it was pass interference
yeah,
that they did not call because yes, the wide receiver and the the defensive player can go for the ball, but he can't run through the wide receiver
yeah,
to get the ball.
yeah,
He has to have a clear path to take the ball, and he's not supposed to touch the wide receiver. Touching his hands and grabbing for the ball is one thing, but moving his whole body to go from the back of him, pass interference. They did not call it.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that would have changed the whole game right there.
yeah.
Do you think it was a pass interference, or you think
Yeah,
that?
I yelled out at the TV. I screamed at the TV, but yeah,
Yes, 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 yes. Um,
and I thought they would review it, and
Nothing said.
yeah,
When you're consistently bad from season to season, you don't get calls, and everybody expects for you just to be bad, and they don't even like to look at things. A lot of the times, they just like, yeah, what difference will it make? And they move
yeah,
on. It irritates me all the time. I just want Bryce Young to keep his head up and know that Panther Nation is here with him, and we're riding with him through the good and the bad. The good and the bad. Take your time and be that accurate QB that you are. We've seen it in college. Bring it now. Bring it.
yep, yep. So
This season, I expected for us to be in there swinging. I actually think that we will win the division if Bryce Young settles in this next 3 games.
yeah,
We will win this division. I'm not expecting us to do a Super Bowl thing,
no,
but just be ready for next season because that's our takeoff season. And to the fan base, the people that's hating Bryce Young or hating what's going on, you got to give this young man to the end of the 26th season. The 26th season, we should be very competitive because, as Derek said, they should be bringing in some more linemen to give him protection and adding those pieces that's much, much needed. What do you think that we need in pieces, Derek?
so you just said it, offensive line. Then we need to go back to our defense. I even felt like at times our DBs were I felt like they weren't engaged.
Yeah.
They're lollygagging back there. Um, uh, Passes that should have been contested weren't being contested,
Yes.
and so
We
I mean we can't
we
say
just need to
anything
be
about we
competitive
can't say
at all
anything about
times.
Horn, but some of our other DBs, it was like, man, why aren't you contesting these guys? Why are you playing so soft?
Yeah, yeah.
Why are we playing so soft?
I'm just happy Horn is healthy.
Yeah,
Finally, we get a healthy Horn, and he's doing this thing. He's doing this thing. He
yeah,
just needs a little teamwork out there, as in the camaraderie. I hated when we got rid of those defensive players to Washington. I felt like, what was that about? Why would they get rid of those players to Washington? Uh, our team
yeah,
seems like when we take 5 steps forward, they're eager to take 10 steps back.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So, so
are you happy with the coaches that we have?
I wish our defensive coordinator will pull out of that 4-3 or 3-4. What is he running? 3-4?
Uh,
We're running 3-4, and I don't think our DBs have the skill set to run the 3-4.
right, right. You want to go back to 4-3
Yeah,
to John Fox's defense,
yeah.
4-3.
We're getting killed with the 3-4.
I wonder what would it take for them to see that, or do they think we just need another piece to add to the 3-4 that will make it potent?
Yeah. So
And sometimes it
but
works.
yeah, and they're holding on to it. I mean, and hopefully, maybe it's just a learning curve for some of the players, and it's all going to come together. That's what we hope. But I still feel like our DBs play too soft, and I don't know if maybe we just don't have the speed back there, and so they're playing soft, and so no one gets behind them, or.
But you just said the key word. To run a 3-4, we're supposed to have a lot of speed.
Yeah.
Speed is supposed to be the key to a 3-4. So if we don't have the speed, then that already cancels out a 3-4. It's supposed to be a 4-3.
Yeah.
A 4-3 is a solid base. A 3-4 is when you have a fast defense, super fast defense. You know what? I said when we got this new coach, just like with Bryce Young, I'm giving them 3 years. 3 years for us to compete convincingly. Convincingly. And I'm counting this as Bryce Young's second year, and next year is the year that he should be unleashed. He should be unleashed, and we should be a force to be reckoned with. This year, I just want us to compete. I want to win some games and mainly win the division. I will consider us a win by just winning the division. I'm tired of being the laughing stock.
Yeah.
And I know the fan base is tired of us being the laughing stock because that's what we all argue about in the forums.
It's like when everyone used to talk about the Browns.
Yeah.
now we're the Browns.
Yeah.
So,
I've heard that over and over again, and I hate that. I don't even want to admit it. But what do you want our fan base to know from you about this season and about calming down and about us being together instead of the arguing? Let's talk about it. It's nothing to argue about. We all want to win.
But I have to say, just for this week, settle down. 15 other teams lost this week also.
Thank you.
15 other teams lost. So, and the only reason our whole division almost lost. The only reason why we have a win in our division because it was a divisional game.
Exactly.
So we ain't out of it. Settle down. Settle down. Settle down.
What I would like to do is from week to week on Tuesdays, if it's okay with you, let's just talk through the games and talk to the fan base so everybody can have a word in. I'll even open the phone line so we can have people from Panther Nation, Roaring Riot, and the Cat Pack call in, and so we can be all on one accord. How do you feel about that? You okay with doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I it's much needed, much needed. To anybody I've argued with in the forums, it's no hard feelings. It's just I don't like being down on my team, and if we're going to be down on the team, we need to be down on the team all together so we can make change. Because if we're all together, we can make the organization make changes. If we're all on different wavelengths, we can't make the organization make any changes. We're the ones that buy this gear. We're the ones that support, we're the ones. So our words mean something. They mean something. And Derek, I want to thank you for taking this time out. I know you're a busy man.
And I need you to make it out to an Angel City Riot watch party.
Oh yeah. I wanted to come last season, but I was traveling a little more. When is the next watch party?
This week. We're still encouraging people to go to the brewery, but most of us are going to be in Arizona. So
you're going to Arizona?
Yeah.
Oh,
most of us will be in Arizona. So all you Panther fans out there, come out to the Yellow Lot. We're gonna have a tailgate party out there before the game, hosted by the Angel City Riot and the Cali Cat Pack.
Yes, sir.
Come on out.
You know exactly what lot to tell them, so when we post it, they'll know.
Yellow Lot, but if you go to the Angel City Riot Instagram, it'll be posted there. Once we're there, I'll drop a pin, so you know exactly where we're at in the parking lot.
Angel City Riot,
Riot,
Cali Cat Pack, Yellow Lot, for the Cardinals game. I wasn't planning on going, but I'm gonna see if there's a ticket with my name on it because it's not far. That is not far at all.
We have an extra ticket. I got one for $100.
Wow. Where are the seats at?
We're right at the goal line, field level. I think we're row 20.
Oh wait.
I think we have two different rows for it. We bought 2 blocks for the Angel City Riot, and one's like 15 and one's 20. I have to find out from Jody to find out exactly where that ticket's at. It's either 15 or 20.
You know what? I'm gonna see about making it. I'm gonna see about making it. Is enough room? Because I'm a big guy. I don't want to
Yeah.
make anybody uncomfortable. Because I
Yeah.
normally get a seat where I can stretch out a little bit.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know exactly where the seats at in it, but I'll DM you. I'll let you know.
Okay, perfect, perfect. But thank you all for listening, and we will be back. It'll get better next week, week 2. Um, Cali Cat Pack, Angel City Riot, Panther Nation. We will be back to talk about how the game went and how you guys feel. I'll open the phone line so you can call in. I'll put the phone number up next week. Um, I don't even have a time. I'll post the time in the forum so you guys know what time we're going to go on. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Derek, and I'll see you next Tuesday so we can go over the game on Sunday.
All right, Panther Nation, keep pounding.
Yes, sir. Keep pounding. See you guys.